Can you guys believe it's already September 1st? Like, my goodness, where has the summer gone? Child, listen, I have been so many places since, like, I want to say late spring, like whenever our international destinations that are seasonal come around. I've been traveling, obviously working the trips, because for me, I'm all about my coins. So it's like, yes, I can non-rev to the destination, but why non-rev when I can just work the trip slightly and politely collect my coins? Okay, so hey y'all, welcome back, or welcome to my channel. I am a fierce and fabulous New York City based flight attendant, and I'm just a few months away from 10 years. Wow. So here on this channel, it's one-stop shopping. I do it all. I don't box myself in. I'm a flight attendant. I'm a vegan home cook. I like beauty. I love me a good wig. We're gonna shop a little bit. We're gonna review products. We do everything because by all means, I'm gonna get to the bag, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about being a flight attendant, but also having a life outside of flight attending. So crazy. I've been filming flight attendant life content since 2016. I'm an OG, you know what I'm saying? A little something. But yeah, I'm an OG, and I just want to shout out to my training instructors, which I don't think I've ever shouted them out. Shout out to Valerie, because I have to say they truly prepared me for this flight attendant life. I just think about the things that I learned in training, and even the video that I made back in the day when I was like, how to prepare for flight attendant training. When I tell you that video is top tier and you need to go and find it and watch it, I'll try to link it down below in the comment section. But man, it prepared me. It also prepared me for being on the line. I just think about the person that I am and the outlook that I have on life in general, and just how that translated to becoming a flight attendant. So I am stopping by, popping in with this style video because we've all heard September 4th, the applications are opening for the airline that has lovingly employed me for the last almost 10 years. Grateful, gratitude. Thank you, God. Thank you, my instructors. Thank you to the whole team that saw who I was on October 10th, 2014, and extended a conditional job offer to me, also known as a CJO, that again comes with conditions, and I had to meet those conditions in order to walk across the stage and graduate and earn my wings. So the thing about life is that everything is earned, and if it ain't, I don't want no handouts. You know what I'm saying? My dad always taught me that the best things in life don't come easy, and there's something so gratifying about achieving and earning something and knowing that you didn't get that handout, and just being able to like give yourself a pat on the back. Even though I'm patting my shoulder, pat on the back. Like how I pat myself on the back in terms of me being an OG. I started filming this content to help people like you earn their wings. Those videos did not exist when I went through. It just simply didn't. Now you got tons of flight attendant videos out there. You got multiple platforms that also did not exist when I started filming this sort of content. You have Glassdoor. You have freaking AI that can probably interview for you. I don't even know, because I'm not all into that kind of stuff. But what I want you to do is I want you to say to yourself, yes, that information will be out there, but if you're going to be a flight attendant, you want to be a successful flight attendant, and we'll elaborate more on what I mean by that. These days, I truly feel like it is so easy to become a flight attendant, but if you want to be a successful flight attendant, and I hope that I remember to touch base on that, but I need you to show up as you. I don't need you to show up and pull from what you read on Glassdoor, or I don't need you to cut any corners, because what happens is when we cut corners, yes, we may get to the finish line because there are multiple ways to get to the same destination. However, when you cut those corners, you might forget to cross a T or dot an I. And it's very important for you to do your research. I am just one source. There are multiple sources out here. You'll have people that have videos that say never become a flight attendant, why I quit, why I got fired, or they'll tell you not to go with such and such airline. You have to trust you. You have to discern. Listen, I believe in God, and I always ask God to guide me through whatever it is that I'm doing. So it's very, and I'm touching this hair because this is Love Me's Yaki, and this Yaki is yakking, okay? Like, I just reviewed this wig like a week ago. But I've been loving this wig. Love Me, yes, come through, paid partnership. Anyway, let's keep going. So it's very, very important for you to do your research and also to show up as you, because if we think about the whole demure term right now, right? If you guys have seen that video on TikTok, she's like, you see how I do my hair for work? You see how I do my makeup? It's very demure, it's very classy, it's very mindful. She goes on to say something along the lines of, this is how, something along the lines of, you girls need to show up how you got hired, or something like that. And that resonates so much, because if you've ever seen my videos, I always talk about how, listen, I do pink nails, I do a simple, natural makeup look that accommodates my face, I wear my uniform properly, but I'm also a former Navy ROTC cadet. So I come from a military mindset of uniform is one way. Uni is one, form is way. I'm always going to show up one way. And so I wear my uniform with pride, because number one, when I step out of my door, that is my personal brand. When I'm doing my makeup and my nails and all of those things, and I'm wearing my working wristwatch and just very simple jewelry, one bracelet, you know, my ring or whatever have you, that's my brand. But when I put that uniform on, I am now representing the company's brand. And so there are uniform, one-way standards that need to be adhered to. Now, the successful flight attendant that you will become because you watched my videos will adhere to that. And it's very simple. You know, I had a conversation, and this video is probably gonna be a little bit all over the place, but it's all gonna be flight attendant life. I had a conversation with a coworker the other day, and he was like, you always look so nice. And I was like, thanks, boo. And he's like, you know, it's really funny how some people have an issue with uniform compliance, when if you're compliant, you actually look nice. And I was like, you don't say. It's so true. It's like, yo, what's wrong with looking nice in your uniform? What is wrong with putting your hair back? You know it ain't compliant. What is wrong with that? Where have we got to where we have to deviate so far from that? You look at this. The hair definitely touches like right above my waist. When I'm in uniform, my hair is back. Number one, it's professional. Number two, I'm working with food and drinks. Have you been to a restaurant and received a plate of food and had a piece of hair in it? How would you feel if you got that delivered to your table and the waitress got a bang? That's all. No. Can we not and say we did? Why do we have to have extravagant, crazy nail art and XYZ in our uniform when it's not compliant? Yes, you can enjoy those things on your day off, but working with food and drinks and your nails are excessively long and there's food and stuff that get under there, can we not and say we did? So I am avid about being compliant. So the same way that you get hired, keep that standard up for you and your personal brand, and also with respect to the company's brand. So you might be sitting here right now questioning, should I apply to be a flight attendant? I want to do it. I'm afraid. I really don't know. I'm afraid of turbulence. And I use turbulence as an example because one of my homegirls from back in the day commented on my Instagram post earlier, and she was just like, I want to become a flight attendant, but I'm afraid of turbulence. And I responded like, let me tell you exactly what I said, because I want to make sure that I'm not lying, because I really like my response, so I want it to be verbatim. Hold on. She said, if I wasn't beyond terrified of turbulence, I would apply. I said, I feel you, but I also know how amazing you would be. Think about it this way. Life on the ground is turbulent too. The only difference is you never know when you're landing. In the air, you'll at least have flight time, and not all destinations are turbulent. One time for the one time. you need a friend like me, okay? Because I'm gonna keep you in line. So what I meant by that was like, life be lifing, yes, but if we really put everything into perspective, tomorrow is not promised. How often have you given to everybody else, poured in everybody else, but drained yourself? How often have you not poured into you? How often have you made decisions that were great for everybody else except yourself? Stop doing that. Like, that stops today. Whether you decide to become a flight attendant or anything else in this lifetime, you got to put you first. And sometimes it might be making a decision to like become a flight attendant where you won't always be available to your friends. You won't always be available to, you know, your loved ones, but hopefully they are supportive enough of you. Within the last couple of years, it is only why I realized that I was hired as a flight attendant. So a lot of people forget the safety aspect of it. At the end of the day, you are there to keep those passengers safe and evacuate that airplane quickly and safely when and if needed. Me being a former Navy ROTC cadet, that military mindset and training is what helped me get my foot in the door as a flight attendant. So sometimes you might be thinking like, oh, I don't know how my background is applicable to being a flight attendant. Like, I don't really know. I've been a teacher or I've been a nurse. No, you're perfect. Actually, I also had a nanny background where I had dealt with kids of all ages and families and essentially helped them and guided them and raised them through life. And everything that I was made me the perfect candidate to become a flight attendant. I did not grow up dreaming of being a flight attendant. It just happened. So I remember I was at my mom's house in her guest room laying on the bed, and I was like on Indeed.com for no reason at all, and I saw that the airline that I'm employed by was hiring for flight attendants. And I remember hearing that it was harder to become a flight attendant with the airline that I'm employed by than to get into Harvard. And let me see if I can get hired by this airline. And it just happened. But that's because I trusted God always in my life, and I allowed him to lead me to open those doors. If you feel like whomever you believe in is opening that door for you, you'd be a fool not to walk through that door. I'm popping on here to just tell you, if I can do it, you can too. I have a wealth of knowledge on my channel that talks to you about why I don't believe that you should commute as a first-year flight attendant. Talk about flight attendant pay. The airline that I do work for, the starting pay is $35.50 per hour, and we are also paid for boarding pay. But truth be told, you need to have your hand in another pot if possible. I have never just been a flight attendant, and I also started creating content. And through creating content, brands reach out to me. I get paid partnerships based on my honest reviews because I don't play that fake stuff. It's always good to have multiple streams of income if possible. Just figuring out what else you can do. What else are you actually good at and passionate about? And I like creating content. It makes me happy. I enjoy it. And then I'm also able to not overwork as a flight attendant. So when I'm on the aircraft, my energy is good. Like, you never want to like burn yourself out or do too much, because that ain't this and this ain't that. The company that I work for offers a lot of opportunities for growth. One opportunity specifically is becoming a purser on international flights, which I thought I was going to do, but I remember when I hit my 8-year mark and I looked at the purser seniority list and I was like, no. So I was like, I don't want to be given 5 to 6 international trips on my line per month, because our trips are 3-day trips. 5 times 3, 15, 6 times 3, 18. I don't want to be scheduled 15 to 18 days. So I bid for turns. I get like 12 turns per month. I typically do drop my trips and then I pick up as I go. I like to fly smart, not hard. And so if the company is offering incentive trips, I pick up those to get paid double. I'm also filming content and I'm doing other things. So this has all come with time. But I'll say this, I've seen new hires, I mean new, come in and finesse their schedules the right way, no shady business. And it's doable because we have an open time system where you can go in and swap and XYZ. I've seen it done. And so again, the best things in life don't come easy. Know that when you come into this career, it's kind of like a started from the bottom, now you here type of joint, because Everything is seniority based, and I am a 13,000 out of, I think, maybe 29,000. I'm really not sure. I don't even care about the seniority factor, because if I'm on international, a lot of people are terrified of the galley, and I love the galley, so I'm happy to always do that. And otherwise, I don't typically fly what I bid for, so seniority to me is just a number. That just is what it is. I know some people are very driven by that, but that is, you know, seniority is how you travel. Like when you're on the non-rev standby list, it's by seniority. Seniority is how you get your trips. Everything is driven around seniority, but I don't have a lack mindset. So I always feel like no matter the destination, if God wants me to go and travel there, I'm going to be able to get said trip. I'm supposed to get on a flight and travel somewhere, I'm going to get a seat on that. I manifest, I put things out into the universe, and if it doesn't happen, that just means that's not my time. But I don't give up, I keep going. I am just a very different person, and I've accepted that I've been this way all of my life. And so when I talk about becoming a successful flight attendant, I've flown with a lot of newer hires, and I'm going to be very honest, where I see they're very short, they're very bothered quickly by passengers, and it can be like the simplest request. And so I have conversations with them, and I just tell them my mindset. If you've seen my videos, you know I always say I don't wake up to these people. That includes passengers and crew and everybody in the world besides my partner. Like, I don't wake up to these people, and I don't go to sleep to these people. I'm not going to let any other person affect my life, my way of thinking, my energy, my mood. I'm just very different in that mindset. But I'll tell you this, if you could pick my brain as a flight attendant, you'd be the most successful candidate out there, because if you pull from what I am giving out, you will be calm, cool, collective. You will know who you are, whose you are. You know, just keep in mind that when you are applying for this role, this is a customer service facing, safety related position that just so happens allow you to see the world, look cute in your uniform and pick the uniform you want to wear, and other stuff that's like the fun stuff. But I don't want you guys to deviate from what this career is actually all about. I say this with so much love. If you are short-tempered, if you're not ready to treat people how you would want yourself or your loved ones to be treated, if you're not flexible, if you're not kind, if you're not demure, this is not for you. And that's with any airline. I'm not here to sugarcoat, but what I am here to do is to just give you a different perspective on the flight attendant life. What has helped me be a successful flight attendant? I pour into me on my layovers. I pour into me off of my layovers. I don't let the fact that I'm a flight attendant stop me from doing anything. Even though I am in a relationship now, when I was dating, I still made time to do those things. I just made time to take care of me. And I meal prep. Meal prepping will save your life. Oh my God, there's so much that we could talk about. Like, comment, subscribe if you want more flight attendant videos, because I don't really film this content anymore. But if you want more, let me know. If you're spending a ton of money on airport food, I need you to stop. Stop right now. Stop being lazy. Meal prep your food. Take care of you. If you don't, who will? My seniority aside, you should apply to become a flight attendant if it's something that you've always wanted. Tomorrow is not promised, right? But we pray, we hope that we see tomorrow. Why not make that executive decision over your life today? To say, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go for it. What do you have to lose? Nothing. But subscribe, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. Stay beautiful, let your light shine, let nothing or no one stop you from growing, glowing, and earning your wings. Bye, y'all.